Harry was stressed out beyond belief after he saw his beloved horse that morning. The marks that had seemingly appeared out of nowhere on the animal's body were impossible to miss, and Harry had no earthly idea what they were or how they had gotten there. But the vet did have a shocking explanation for him. All Harry could do was wait now. He had brought his beloved horse to the vet as quickly as he could in the hopes that he could find the explanation for the strange markings. The vet had sounded calm and optimistic over the phone, but when he saw the horse in person, his tone quickly changed. But how had Harry's horse gotten these strange markings? What had the vet discovered, and how could it have shocked him that much? Before we start, can we get this video to 1,000 likes? Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Harry walked into his stables to feed his animals, following his routine. First the chickens, then the pigs, and finally his beloved horse, Angie. But Harry is shocked to see terrible marks all over her. The marks start at her neck and go all the way back to her tail. He runs inside and calls the vet right away. Luckily, Harry knows the vet very well. He responds right away, and when he hears it's about Harry's horse, Angie, he says he will be on his way shortly after. He starts to worry and decides to call the vet again. An ugly surprise was awaiting him. He calls and calls, but nobody picks up. What was going on? Harry understands now that he has no other option than to take the horse to a different vet in another village. But Harry was about to get unexpected help. Harry is taking his trailer back to the stables when he sees a young woman entering his property. He puts on his glasses to see it's the daughter of his vet. What was she doing here? Let me help you. The first thing she says is, "You can't ask me why, but please let me help you." Harry is shocked, but is eager to accept her help, as he fears for the health of his horse. He tells her about his plan to take the horse to another vet, because her father doesn't respond anymore. She agrees with his plan, but doesn't say a word about her father. What did she know that Harry didn't? The marks on Harry's horse are clearly getting worse. He asks the daughter to tell him at least something. She remains silent. Then, finally, she says something. "You'll see soon enough, just wait." Harry accepts for now. The vet's daughter stepped out after taking the horse to the vet, clearly looking for her father. It was clear that they had to look for him. That also meant they wouldn't be near the examining vet, who was about to make a terrible discovery. The vet's daughter started by dialing her father. Harry told her he had already tried every possible number. It wasn't as useless as he expected. As the vet picked up, she walked away, disallowing to hear the conversation. Harry looked from a distance how the daughter burst into tears. Harry is done with being left out of the truth. Wasn't his horse at stake? He demanded that the daughter tell him what they talk about. The daughter understands and asks him to get in the car. He did something terrible. He's about to be arrested. You'll have to hear it from him directly, dear Harry. But right before they drive off, the vet who performed the examination of Angie runs out of the clinic. "Wait!" he yells. Harry rolls down his window, looking worried sick. "What is it?" "I might be able to save your horse, but someone is responsible for this. I called the police. They asked you to meet them. They said you'll know by now where to go." Harry doesn't even take the time to answer the vet and drives off right away. At this point, he's so overwhelmed by emotions that he is turning against the daughter. "You already knew this. Otherwise, you would have no reason to come to the farm." The daughter doesn't answer. She just cries. What did her father do? And what was her part in all this? Harry and the daughter finally arrive and see multiple police officers arresting the vet. Apparently, the police are still waiting for the final results of the examination. Without it, they can't finalize their arrest. The calling vet says, "If you continue this arrest, you might end up in court yourself." Harry doesn't know what he's hearing, and neither does the leading officer. Was the arrested vet guilty or wasn't he? The officer scratches his head as he's contemplating whether to let him go or not. The officer lets the vet, named Choder, go. But while doing so, he looked him in the eye with great fury. He was clearly still suspecting him. Choder stretches his back and breathes a sigh of relief. He then walks in the direction of Harry and has only one thing on his mind. Where is my daughter? And what does she tell you? Harry turns around, ready to point in the direction of his car. But he sees that Choder's daughter is no longer there. Harry and Choder start looking around, but don't see her anywhere. Harry looks at Piotr with disbelief, but also a sense of suspicion. Piotr answers this look by saying, "No time for questions now, we have to find my daughter. It doesn't take them long." A young officer joins them when he sees their curious behavior. He waves at them to come over and tells them he might have seen something. The young officer tells them about a young woman running off at the very moment that Piotr was released. Harry doesn't believe what he's hearing. Was she scared of Piotr? The young officer pointed out a little hill. The young woman ran over it, after which he could no longer see her. They keep following a little road after the hill, while Harry says, "I'm not asking you what you did or what you know. I just want to know why you didn't come once you knew what marks were on Angie. Why couldn't I reach you? And what kept you from coming?" Piotr is clearly struggling to answer Harry's question. Piotr struggles as he knows his code of honor as a vet. He failed the horse, and therefore failed as a vet. "First my daughter, then we'll talk. I know I failed you and Angie, but I can't afford to fail as a father as well." Harry realizes he won't get an answer right now. They arrive in a village. This seems like a logical place for Piotr's daughter if she truly wanted to escape. "Darling, it's me, your father. I'm innocent, honest to God. Harry's with me. He isn't angry either." Piotr screams at the top of his lungs. They look in alleyways and gardens, but they get no reaction. The two men don't really know where they are, as they stopped paying attention to where they were going minutes ago. Harry uses this time wisely. He asks Piotr, "My horse, she'll make it, right? That isn't the reason why your daughter fled, right?" Piotr's facial expression said it all. "I didn't see Angie, so I can't say anything about her condition. Let's just say, I think it says a lot that you didn't see her yet." Harry listens as he wonders about what should worry him more. This hide and seek in police drama, or his poor horse Angie, who could use his care now. They intend to involve the police in order to find Piotr's daughter. Finally, they recognize the little hill. But once they have crossed that hill, they face a terrible surprise, because the police are gone. Only Harry's card is still there. Harry and Piotr look at each other in awe. For how long had they been gone? And more importantly, wasn't the police interested in an escaping young woman, who was even the daughter of a suspect? "Let me call her one more time, but this time with your phone." Piotr says. Harry agrees on one condition. Harry tells Piotr he is okay with calling her, but wants to speak to her first. Piotr protests at first, but as soon as he sees how serious Harry is about this demand, he caves in. Harry dials the number. It took a long while, but finally, someone picked up. But it's not Piotr's daughter who picks up. It's the vet, the one who is taking care of Angie. That's where Piotr's daughter was, of course. Unfortunately, Harry can't seem to understand a word of what the vet is saying. Harry asks him to speak up. Finally, he can understand him, and is shocked to hear what he has to say. Because as soon as the vet made himself a bit more heard, Harry understood that he was about to operate. Operate? Why? No answer. What was going on with Angie? Was she savable? And why was the vet picking up the phone instead of Piotr's daughter herself? Way before Harry could ask, let alone answer all these questions popping up, the vet hung up. Harry tells Piotr what he was told, and Piotr turns pale from excitement. Harry starts the car. It was terribly clear what their next stop would be, but was there time? The pair arrives at the vet. They see at least 3 police cars, and as they keep looking, they see multiple police officers at the entrance, clearly guarding the place. A harmless place, like a veterinarian, suddenly looked like a crime scene, and a confrontation was awaiting Harry and Piotr. After some harsh words coming from Harry and Piotr, they are allowed inside. After all, it was about Harry's horse, and Piotr himself was a vet. Once they're in, Piotr's daughter welcomes them. Against all odds, she falls into her father's arms. She surely wasn't scared of him. What did she know, and why was she so relieved? Harry leaves the father and daughter, now that he knows they're okay. He enters the surgery room right away, looking for his dear horse, and there was Angie, recovering from a successful surgery. She was saved. The vet assures Harry of her well-being, and Harry is terribly relieved. But what happened to her, and was the involvement of Piotr? As it turned out, Piotr and his daughter were framed by a young man who had stalked Piotr's daughter for years. he realized the importance of Piotr's reputation as a vet and poisoned Angie, as he knew this was the horse of one of Piotr's regular clients. He hoped to grow closer to Piotr's daughter by getting her father arrested. The stalker was arrested, and Harry and Piotr were friends after all.